Good morning, students. Write down the next side heading, partnership deed. Under that next line, meaning of partnership deed. Next line, it is a written document signed by all the partners which contains all rules and regulations, comma, rights and duties of the partners, full stop. It is also called Articles of Partnership. So partnership deed is nothing but a written document which will be signed by all the partners stating all the rights, duties, profit sharing ratio of the partners. So partnership deed will contain many things such as what is the name of the partner, address of partners, profit sharing ratios, salary given, interest on drawings, interest on capitals, etc. So in the next line take down contents of partnership deed. Next line, the partnership deed should contain the following points. Next line, first one, name and address of the firm. Second point, name and address of the partners. Third point, the type and nature of the business the firm proposes to do. Fourth point, amount of capital to be contributed by each partner. Next point, interest on capital. So the interest on capital means in the deed they would mention that if they would allow interest on capital to the partners, and if they are allowing, what will be the percentage in which the interest on capital would be given. Next, sixth point, drawings. So in this case it would be mentioned that how much each partner is allowed to withdraw from the business. Next, seventh point, interest on drawings. It means if the partner is withdrawing any amount, what will be the interest which will be charged to the partners on his drawings. Next we have 8th point, profit sharing ratio. That is how much the profit and losses will be shared by the partner. 9th point, salary. In case if the partner is being paid salary, how much will he be paid? No need to write all those down, just write down the side points. I am just giving you the explanation what and all will be written in a partnership deed. After salary, 10th point, goodwill. So in case of goodwill, they will clearly mention in the partnership deed which method of valuation of goodwill will be followed in case of admission or retirement, because there are various ways of evaluating goodwill and we cannot follow all the ways. So before itself they would mention the ways in which the goodwill will be evaluated. Next, 11th point, accounting period of the firm. In this they mention when will they prepare the final accounts or close the accounts of the company, whether it will be half yearly or yearly, in which the books of accounts will be closed. Next, 12th point, method of recording firm's account. 13th, auditing, whether the books will be audited or not. If it will be audited, what will be the mode of appointing an auditor? Next, 14th point, date of commencement of partnership. 14th point, date of commencement of partnership, which means when will the business come into action. Next, 15th point, duration of partnership. What will be the duration of partnership and how will we dissolve the partnership firm? Next, 16th point, use of decision of Garner, Garner, versus Murray, Murray. So this is nothing but in case a partner becomes insolvent, which rule will they apply? Either it will be Garner or Murray's. So this will also be stated in the partnership deed. Next, 17th one, bank account. So whether the bank account will be opened in partner's name or firm name, who will handle the bank account details, the check details, all this also will be mentioned in a partnership deed. Next, 18th one, rules to be followed in case of admission of a partner. Nineteenth, rules to be followed while settling the accounts on retirement. So in case of admission or retirement, they need to know what rules will be followed if a new partner is coming into the existing partnership firm or an existing partner is retiring from the firm. All this also will be mentioned in a partnership deed. Last one, 20th, settlement of disputes. So in case if there is any dispute between the partners, how will it be solved will be stated in a partnership deed. Next side heading, write down rules applicable in the absence of partnership deed. Next line, write down in the absence of a partnership deed or verbal agreement, the following provisions of Partnership Act, 1932 will be applicable. Under that, write down the first one, profit sharing ratio. Next line, profit and losses are to be shared equally irrespective of their capital contribution. So in case there is no partnership deed, what would be the provisions that would be applicable to all the partners? So our first point was profit sharing ratios. If there is no partnership deed, it is assumed that the partners will share the profit and losses equally. So in the first point, underline the word equally. Take down the second point, interest on capital. Next line, no interest on capital. Underline that, no interest on capital. Shall be allowed to the partners. Full stop. Third one, interest on drawings. Next line, no interest is to be charged on drawings. Underline no interest. So when there is no partnership deed, neither there will be any interest on capital nor there will be any interest on drawings. Write down the fourth one, salary to a partner. So in the absence of partnership deed, no salary will be given to any partners. Write down in the next line, no partner is entitled to any salary or commission for taking part in running the firm's business. Write down the fifth one, interest on loan. Next line, interest at the rate of 6% per annum. Underline 6%, is to be allowed on a partner's loan to the firm. Next, write down the sixth one, admission of a new partner. Next line, without the consent of all existing partners, comma, no new partner can be admitted to the firm. Write down the seventh one. Each partner can participate in the conduct of business. Write down the eighth one. Each partner can inspect the books of firm and can take a copy of the same. So these are the basic things in case of a partnership firm or starting a new business with a partnership firm. So that's all for today. Thank you.